Nerve-wracking. Cool. Alrighty, and we purposely turned off the video. It has a little feature where, like, you could see a little video of our faces in the corner when we have this on YouTube, but
Nobody wants
we
to
don't
see
want
that.
that on there. We don't want that on
Me,
there. Yeah,
uh,
yeah, you gotta be here for the full experience for that. All right, guys. So first of all, here, welcome. No need for introductions because you all know us already, but we wanted to personally thank you for attending the nutrition talk today. We're going to be talking about fueling for performance, whether it's for a competition or just your daily CrossFit classes. Next slide. Cool. Yeah, it's you.
all right. Here at Old 97 CrossFit, we believe something as fundamental as nutrition should not be complicated, including how to fuel for your workouts. So, I have a question for you. Have you ever started a workout and quickly realized that you didn't have enough in the tank to finish it? Have you ever hit the wall, looked at the clock, and wondered why it's moving so slow? Yes. Odds are you have experienced that before. We have seen it happen so many times before. For example, we've seen athletes who are taking tons of breaks, struggling to finish a workout that normally wouldn't be challenging for them, moving like trash, and all in all, not seeming like themselves.
We've been there too. We've
Yeah.
been those athletes, don't worry.
9 times out of 10, after checking in with an athlete who is having a day like this, they haven't had anything to eat before the workout. Yes, sometimes we just have days where we're off, but most of the time we're simply not fueling for success. Imagine you show up to do one of the open workouts with an empty stomach, or literally any of the workouts that we do. Yes, you might finish, but your performance will absolutely suffer, and the workout will be much harder than it needs to be.
With that in mind, today we are going to talk about the best ways to fuel the day before and the day of a workout or competition, and how to best fuel for recovery afterwards. Again, don't let the word competition freak you all out. "No, I'm not competing." This is for anyone.
You're competing with yourself every day.
And more on that here before we begin. I do want to be more specific about who this nutrition talk is for. The truth is, majority of people do not need to do anything too detailed or specific beyond focusing on eating mostly whole foods, balancing out the proper proportions, and eating mindfully to reach our goals. If you have a more specific goal you're working towards, such as fueling for an event or competition coming up, or you're considering yourself more of an elite or advanced athlete, these details will help you take your nutrition to the next level. In other words, we highly recommend having the foundational habits nailed down before trying to focus on the smaller details. Even if these details don't describe you, there's still a lot to be gained from today's nutrition talk. Again, example being, I just want to feel better when I'm coming to my 6 a.m. class in the mornings. So let's dive into starting with how to fuel the day before. A lot of times it is stressed to eat more carbs the day before the event in order to increase glycogen stores. Let's talk more about glycogen stores and the biggest mistake athletes make when they are told to eat more carbs. Get that next one for me. Glycogen is the storage form of the carbohydrates that we eat. Glycogen can be found mostly in the liver as well as our muscle tissue. In fact, glycogen accounts for about 6% of our liver's total weight and only about 1 to 2% of our muscle tissue. The actual amount of glycogen storage a person has depends on factors such as how much you exercise and how much skeletal muscle mass you have. The glycogen stored in the muscles is primarily used to fuel the muscle tissue. That's a combo of words right there. Muscle tissue. While the glycogen in the liver is distributed throughout your body when it's needed. When someone uses up those glycogen stores, they experience fatigue, which can be described as hitting the wall. No pun intended if you worked out today. This is exactly what happened to the member we just told you about. How could she have avoided that early fatigue? Keep listening to find out.
Knowing this information, people started to realize they needed to more carbs to fuel for their workouts. This is also referred to as carb loading. While this is true, it turned into eating mounds of pasta the night before the big game, followed by a stack of pancakes the morning of. This is all wrong. It takes time for your body to break down all those carbs you ate to turn them into glycogen stores. While carbs are admittedly very important to fuel for our workout, there is a better way to do this. It's hard to So here's the secret. All the things we stress on a daily basis, such as eating whole foods, getting a balance of carbs, fat, and protein, eating consistently, including snacks between meals, and staying hydrated, are what you should be doing the day before the workout. In our nutrition program, we focus on just one thing at a time. So if you are if you are looking for the secret, here it is on the slide. The plate method. Yay! We love the plate method. The day before your workout, if you are looking to fuel for success, use the plate method. One half of your plate, non-starchy vegetables, 1/4 of your plate, lean protein, and 1/4 starchy vegetable or starchy carbs with a mindful amount of fat on the side.
While eating a balanced diet the day before is going to set you up for success, you should also consider these 3 tips. Skip the alcohol. Get 80 ounces of water or more in a day. Get good sleep the night before. So skip the alcohol, get 80 plus ounces of water, and get good sleep the night before, 7 to 10 hours being good sleep. Now that we have discussed the day before the workout, let's discuss how to best set ourselves up for success the day of. With events such as the Open, we know that there are some that are hitting the workout first thing in the morning, and some of you who will wait later in the evening. We're going to break our day into those 2 tracks. Blurry. I think you maybe hit the space bar or something. Oh no. There it goes. Okay, that was weird. If you are someone who loves to hit your workout in the morning, you want to make sure you eat before. Remember those glycogen stores? Well, overnight, we enter a fasted state where our bodies utilize those for energy. Eating before is a must to help us replenish those lost energy stores. But remember, it takes time for our body to convert our food into energy. So try to wake up a little bit earlier if you plan on eating before. We should aim to get healthy carbs and protein. If you are someone who struggles with feeling nauseated if you eat before a workout or event, try liquid sources such as a smoothie, applesauce with protein powder. If you've never tried that, it's interesting, or non fat Greek yogurt with some berries in it. Liquid sources are easier for our body to digest and utilize for energy.
Notice we suggest carbs and protein, but not fat. Fat slows the digestion process. It delays gastric emptying, which increases the amount of time it takes for our carbs and protein to get into our cells and be used for energy. Thanks. If you are one who hits the workout in the evening, it is encouraged to have a normal balanced breakfast, lunch, and a few snacks. We want to fuel ourselves throughout our day and also have an additional carbohydrate before the workout. Again, a liquid such as applesauce is ideal.
Unsweetened applesauce, too. It's sweetened. It's already sugary enough naturally.
The last 2 aspects for nutrition on the day of. First,
That's right. She doesn't have Canva Pro.
I'm on your account.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why cool. Sorry about the water barks.
Yeah, sorry.
Imagine stomach pain.
First, don't try anything new the day of the event. Trying a new food the day of leaves uncertainty when it comes to our workout hours. What if the new food doesn't sit well? I promise having an upset stomach is the last thing you want to worry about. Stick to foods you know. If you are interested in a new food for performance, test it the week before. Secondly, Everyone loves to ask about pre-workout. A lot of been asked about this a lot. If you are about to do an open workout where your heart rate is about to spike and you need to focus on controlling your breathing, why add in a pre-workout that is going to speed up your heart rate even more? I recommend skipping a pre-workout and sugar, candy, all that good bad stuff. Good stuff. While we are at it.
I got you.
Second. So we discussed the day before our workout and the day of. So what does the after look like in regards to our intake for recovery?
You're still going.
A great rule of thumb is to have a whey protein shake or a vegetarian alternative ready to go after your workout. Adding a carb to this, such as coconut water, is also recommended to help you replenish and refuel your body for recovery. Good protein and carbs are the focus 1 to 2 hours after your workout and 4 to 5 hours after your pre workout meal or snack.
For those of you who love your post-workout treats, while our bodies are more sensitive to glucose, meaning we can get it out of our blood and into our cells faster, we still want to focus on good quality whole foods. This is not to say you can't enjoy a treat, but as always, enjoy your treat mindfully and move on, meaning don't have a whole box of donuts. Maybe you have one and done. We know how easy that is, right? I also want to touch on the importance of putting all of this together. If you aren't eating all day and then you have your post-workout shake, you cannot expect to perform your best or be able to replenish and refuel properly. Remember, there is no such thing as a magic pill, but if there was, it would be consistency. As we have recommended a protein shake, a common question asked is what kind of protein or what brand should I get? Did you know that the supplement industry is not regulated by the FDA? This means that these supplement companies can lie about what they are putting into their products. We want to find a product that one, we like the taste of, and two, has quality ingredients. But how do I find that? You want to find a product that has the informed choice stamp on the front of the bag. This is telling you that they are high quality with truthful labeling. Yes, this is absolutely a sales pitch for the protein we offer at the gym. Ascent Protein is super clean, and that's exactly why we decided to partner with them. Try it out if you haven't. And if you haven't seen that stamp, it's on the bottom of the bag. So if you want to take a picture of it, even if you don't want a bag, just take a picture so you know what that looks like.
We have our post workout protein and carbs, but what does the day after the workout look like to help us recover? The best thing you can do for yourself is to stay consistent with your intake, especially protein, and allow yourself to take a rest day if needed. Fueling for success is not about what you do right around the workout, it is about what you do consistently every day. Lastly, consider adding in an omega-3 source to aid in the recovery process, such as a fish oil or a quality omega-3 source. If you've got questions about that, let us know.
There's a reason salmon is up there. Great source.
So the thing,
Yeah.
we have three large four what
Mhm.
three large we have different like
When looking for like a fish oil or omega-3 supplement, especially fish oil, look on the back. You want to make sure it has two types of omega-3s in it, DHA and EHA,
EPA.
EPA, whatever.
what they need particular big actually what is the big DHA what are DHA what are I'm just asking
To be completely honest with you, it's one of those things where like I would have to research it to remember the exact like long names of it.
Mhm.
Those two are just the sign of quality. Sometimes a cheaper fish oil will have like only one of them or really, really low amounts. So it's going to be worth spending just a little extra to get a quality source. There are some cheaper alternatives out there, and watch out for like tons of fillers in the fish oil supplements too. They can get pretty gnarly as well. If you're confused at all and not sure, shoot us a picture of one that you're looking at. We'll let you know. More than happy to help with that. Yeah.
I have one more question
Yeah.
that Fry, grill, or steam?
In an ideal world, yeah,
Uh, yeah.
if you're frying, you're dying.
God.
Yeah.
Uh,
One time on the weekends, frying. Anytime else, grill, bake, air fry, steam. Okay, okay.
Like with
Not a bad question at all.
uh,
And that goes for any meat preparation.
not.
Yeah.
And with the thing here, so third thought. So if I'm not getting the chance, well, I'll say two is like, oh, I don't need golf. I'm here because it'll help.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it said it makes sense to me, how, I'm trying to figure out how to get that pre-workout set. Is like at 2 o'clock, you do a yogurt with some protein or berries, before, how late is too late now, or is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And it depends on what you're eating and how much time you have. So of course,
and
the more time, like, yeah,
personal too. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
some people can eat 30 minutes before a workout. Some people need over an hour.
I can have like a full breakfast and in 30 minutes do some horrible workout and it doesn't come up. And I used to not be that way too. So it kind of depends. It is person to person, but generally speaking, like you could have a full meal and then wait maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours before working out. If you're like, I'm only 1 hour away from working out, something like a banana is a
Yeah,
good one. Of course, we want to have a little bit of protein in there, so maybe you throw it in a shake.
a
Um,
banana and some peanut butter.
yeah, yeah,
That's while we have like a big 12.
Yeah.
And, 7 to 12.
Mhm.
So, it's cookies off the recipe guide.
Yeah.
That have coconut, protein powder, oats,
Mhm.
all, and you got the chocolate chips in there.
Yeah.
And I make 5, I make 10, just sure 5 and 6 in my trunk.
Yeah,
And I just on the way here, one little ball.
absolutely. And
It was totally different than when I was used to pre-work.
this is one of our clients right here. So again, that shows you like it changes the mindset a little bit. He plans ahead and makes sure he has something already on hand, ready to go, that's balanced and can just throw down really quickly. And how long does it take you to make those on a Sunday? 8 minutes. 8 minutes.
Basically, on that line, I just, bananas and throw in chocolate chips if you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Easy enough. Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm. And as long as it's, not like a cookie. A little cookie, you'll
Yeah.
feel so much better coming in and doing something
cake,
like
but
this. Yeah,
a cookie.
absolutely. Absolutely.
All year, that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
And I was for suppression.
Yep.
It didn't work. Well, shit.
Sure.
But like, feel like that's clear.
And there is protein powder in that cookie as well. Little protein powder.
30 minutes. I've never had a problem.
Yeah, maybe it's genetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
All the way here.
if you're someone like in Joe's scenario where you haven't done this much at all, like haven't really experimented with having food beforehand, experiment with it,
Yeah.
meaning like little bits.
Start light. Yeah.
Because if you puke in here, we're puking too. So especially Jessica. Jessica does
Yeah.
not do well with puke. So she'll be like,
So
"Are you okay? Good." So make sure
the woman who
keep it
gets
down.
baby vomited on all the time.
Yeah, ask Jackson. He knows the fastest routes to the bathroom from no matter where you're at. Yeah, some people are just pukers. Any other questions so far? Cool. All right. Good.
At this point, your handbook should be filled and you are on the edge of your seat, waiting for more. You can start fueling properly to reach your fitness goals. With all the misinformation out there, we know this can feel overwhelming. To start building your foundation, here are the HSN principles that have helped so many people take control of their health one habit at a time. Number 1, add more whole foods into your diet. Look familiar? I hope so. Start choosing whole food options, less processed foods packed with sodium, fat, and sugar. A simple way to start this is by reshaping your plate with the plate method. So, again, one half of your plate is non starchy vegetables, one quarter of your plate lean protein, and the last quarter is a starchy carb with a mindful amount of healthy fats on the side.
Number two, focus on balance. When we say balance, we mean does every meal and snack you consume throughout the day contain carb, protein, and fat? So all three of the macronutrients there. Pairing each meal and snack with all three of these will help you stay fuller longer. Remember, this balance of all three macronutrients is the rule of thumb for every meal and snack outside of your one second, pre and post workout meals. Right.
And number three, limit the amount of added sugar. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 6 teaspoons for women and 9 teaspoons for men in a day. The average American consumes over 150 pounds of sugar in 1 year. That's 46 teaspoons in a day. Just let that sink in. 46 teaspoons.
Dang it.
Unfortunately, it's not surprising. Sugar is super addicting and feels hidden in almost every food product you find in a package.
It's not always intentional.
Now we'd like to take some time to answer some of our frequently asked questions.
Frequently asked question here. How does sleep affect my health and wellness goals? Remember how we mentioned sleep as an important aspect of our recovery? Sleep actually plays a big role in many aspects of our health and wellness goals. Here is an example regarding recovery. When we sleep, our body is at rest, including our brain. This allows for an increased flow of blood and nutrients to the muscle tissue for repair and growth. What about a weight loss journey or general health and wellness? Well, when we are not getting enough sleep, cortisol in our bodies increases. Another hormone, leptin, which makes us full, will decrease. And ghrelin, our hunger hormone, increases. So, in summary, we are prioritizing the storage of fat and water in our body due to the increased cortisol. We are less full and more hungry. The shift in these hormones due to lack of sleep may increase cravings and overall consumption of food. In layman's terms, lack of sleep makes you crave more and eat more thanks to hormones being out of whack. What if I don't like veggies? I've heard this so many times, and maybe you feel this way. But I want to challenge you and ask, what if you just haven't found the way that you like them to be prepared? Roasting your veggies for a nice crunch rather than mushy veggies, adding a good seasoning for a flavor you can be excited for, and even finding ways to sneak them into recipes like smoothies is an easy way to get more veggies in your day. I regularly add frozen riced cauliflower to my protein shakes. Barely any taste with all the bang for your buck there. Just a little bit. It's pretty sounds weird, but it kind of makes it a little bit thicker. And when it's frozen, it makes it colder. It's more like ice cream.
Where should I start? That is a great question. I want you to start with one thing at a time. Maybe it is something you already have in mind, or maybe it is one of the things we discussed today. But the best and fastest way to reach your goals is to work one on one with a nutrition coach to build an individualized plan just for you. Are you looking to take your fitness to the next level or just optimize your movement and reach your other health and wellness goals? Here is the first step. You have to make a commitment to yourself. It's simple, not easy, but we are here to help. The second step is asking for more help, support, and accountability. Don't worry, we've got you covered.
Cool. So here at Old 97 CrossFit, we focus on a habit-based approach to create an individualized plan just for you. We work together utilizing our many tools and resources to build your nutrition foundation to create a sustainable plan. Along with our tools and resources, we know how important support and accountability is when it comes to our long-term goals, which is why we will be there to help you and guide you and tweak the plan every step of the way. We don't want to turn this into some kind of long sales pitch. I hate being a salesman. So if you're interested in learning more about our nutrition program, talk to us after this seminar and we'll set up a free intro or an initial consultation if you're ready to roll. Again, I'm not a fan of trying to drag people into things they're not ready for. You have to make a commitment to yourself to put in a new level of effort because we know that the same effort leads to the same results. If you're willing to invest your time and effort into your nutrition and lifestyle habits, you will see results. Simply put, our program works. Example, this guy right here, this is actually really old information. Where are you at now? Um,
11 now. Like,
yeah, we have it. Yeah, yeah, cool. And how many months in are we again? Is it 6?
October,
Okay,
Like 5.
4, 5.
cool. Um, and the one thing Dad is doing is diving in hard and really giving it a good fight. He's as good as he can be on the weekends too. He still has fun though. Um, I saw him have fun last night, for example. He's still living life. He's not like completely cutting out everything good. We had dessert last night. He had some of it, probably less than all of us, but still.
I mean, what I was done, I can check that box around 2 bites at times to the whole slice, and I'm kind of
Yeah.
tasting it up good.
Mhm.
The hard part for me, in the food part, I was all I really didn't eat right. It did teach me some things about carbs I didn't know. But the hard part for me is out. I look party with Friday. I don't.
Yeah.
I have maybe more.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is
Right.
is life still fun? Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, so you sugar, whatever you need. Let's do it.
Yeah, I haven't eaten.
Just take shots.
Shots. Yeah, with that being said, the shots are coming out right. Yeah, no, you'll find that the fun is not in just the drinking and eating. It's you're hanging out with people and you're enjoying yourself in other ways than just that. Those things are just little additional side pieces.
So, with the open quickly approaching and any upcoming event you are preparing for, we hope you found this helpful in regards to fueling for success. Thank you for attending our nutrition talk. And if you are looking to dial in those details or just work on the foundational habits, be sure to schedule a free intro today so we can help you learn more about your goals and we can help you reach them. Any questions?
Any questions? I would say it's good or bad. There's nothing that's good or bad. Everything in moderation. Step one. Step one. That's right. Yeah. Um, it would be something that you would want to have a little earlier in the day, just because it's going to be a little bit more of a dense, starchy carb. In our food guide that you'll see, it's going to be in the red zone, but red means limit. Don't like completely remove. So say if you had it a little bit with your lunch following plate method proportion, it wouldn't be the end of the world. In an ideal world, we'd like you to maybe opt for brown rice if you could. It's not the best choice, I would say. There's
And
better
it
options.
depends on the type of rice as well. So like brown rice is gonna be a little bit different
And
than
the why behind that is because it's
jasmine
less
rice. Like
less
that kind of stuff.
processed.
Yeah.
The closer you can get to like the raw ingredient, the better. Like if you think of a potato chip, that doesn't look anything like an actual potato, right? A potato's a root. It's just this thin little thing that's been fried to a crisp and has some kind of weird dust on it that is some random color, and they're awesome. Yeah, and they're awesome. They're engineered to be really, really good. um, but yeah, as closer as you can get to the original ingredient, the better.
But like white cauliflower is what I said. I don't white cauliflower. White cauliflower take like.
You could do something like a half sweet potato as well. He does a lot of sweet potatoes in his meal prep, I know of. A regular white potato too. Like again, it's still kind of in that limit the amount, but you're kind of you can argue that you're kind of already limiting it by using the plate method.
But there's no choice with the white or joint with the art, trying to find the right plate method.
Exactly, the right amount. Again, that's
Yeah.
why we promote balance, not
Yeah.
not
Instead of-
specifically elimination.
You know, instead of your plate being 3/4 rice,
Yeah.
it's 1/4 rice.
So the real fish and the rice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And slap a bunch of veggies in there and you're good to
Yeah.
go. You have to work on that one, right? Yeah. Trip, what was your question?
Mhm.
Where's that one? Like, how do you determine what's starting and
A regular vegetable. Yeah. So think about it like this. What you traditionally think of as a vegetable is going to be your non-starchy vegetables.
Mhm,
So
green stuff.
yeah, green, squash, zucchini, spinach, asparagus, broccoli, all that like traditional, like this is a vegetable. That's going to be more of your non-starchy.
Starchy is gonna be more like root vegetables,
Yeah.
like a sweet potato, white potato, along those lines.
And getting into some of those
Rice.
grains as well. Rice, quinoa,
Highly
oatmeal,
processed
that kind of
grains.
stuff. Yeah.
beans,
Beans are going to be a starchy. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Peas,
some protein in there, which is
yeah.
cool. But yeah, they're considered more of a starchy carb. They're gonna be a little more dense with carbs when you're looking at beans,
Yeah.
correct?
in return guys. You should not put it on farms.
Yep,
Correct.
correct,
When you guys thing,
correct.
because it all makes
Mhm.
either.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
Hmm.
It's
Rice. Like,
within reason. Uh-huh.
Yes.
And again, that's why we promote the plate method so much, just because it helps you keep it simple and know the proportions you should be having. And honestly, like the non-starchy veggies, half a plate, like you could go way over that, you're gonna be fine. I mean, if you look at the calorie content in like zucchini and squash, like half a plate, you could wreck 3 more plates and not even come close to hurting yourself.
yeah, here's like, take like, not all, like, it's full small tan.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yep.
You start, salad, cheese, bacon, all
Yep.
that stuff.
Yeah.
And also like the mindful amount of fat. Um, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get that. Like you said, you throw some olive oil on them. You usually won't have to add in any kind of extra fat to your meal because it's gonna be used in cooking. Like if it's butter or olive oil, avocado oil, something like that. Yeah. So it's very rare unless you're like somehow magically super, super all the time low fat that you would need to add much in. Something like if you're having a salad or something, maybe you throw a little avocado on there because it's just gonna be like raw vegetables that aren't being cooked down with butter or oil.
Making some dry ass vegetables.
Yeah. What'd you say? One time a week in a reasonable amount. Yeah. What? It's your fucking
Of
60th
course.
birthday. Yes, you can. Absolutely. Happy birthday, go. Happy birthday. Yes, on your birthday. Yes. Joe, if you're not bad today, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay? Like for real, for real. On your birthday, no holds barred. Enjoy your life. But pick it back up the next day.
Yeah.
Or you can remember, like again, from our holiday talk, maybe you have cinnamon rolls for breakfast on Christmas because that's your big thing that you do every year. And then at lunch you switch back to your salad or something. You know what I mean? It have you can have something that's quote unquote bad and still be able to hop back on the wagon. Don't let it ruin you for a day, 2 days, turns into a week, turns into a month. It's easy to go down that cycle. Like I already was so bad this morning, started the day off so bad. Let me just go ahead and wreck it for the rest of the day. It sounds funny. It happens a lot. It happens a lot. Believe me, I've been there on holidays myself. Screw it, already bad. Yeah, vacation's tough. That might be one we do when we get closer to summer. Um, that would be a great nutrition talk. I'm sure we could do something. There you go. Walk it off a little bit. Stay moving. Yeah. Yeah. Fuel,
Yeah.
empty it out. Fuel, empty it out. It's just a endless cycle there. An endless cycle. Yeah.
Like get a certain amount of ounces of protein in each day, or do you just stick straight to the plate method and just the quarter? You know,
The plate method's gonna
Yeah.
it's gonna help you get there.
Yeah.
It's gonna help you get there naturally. Like say that palm-sized portion, that 1/4 of the plate is like 30 grams, and you have that 3 times in a day, you're already at 90, which is awesome. If you're having snacks in between that are properly balanced, you should be able to hit that 0.7 to 1 gram. 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight, or 1 gram per pound body weight being the top end. 0.7 being like you're just a normal person, you're just trying to look good, feel good. 1 being your like elite level athlete or older and need to be having more protein to just for health in general. Jeanette, just be laughing. Don't be laughing.
Uh,
Any other questions? Shrikant?
We talk about the
mhm.
protein like the lentil soft,
Lentil.
this type of lentils we have.
That would be a legume.
Yeah.
That would be considered a bean.
Yeah, it'd be under those
Protein and
beans.
carbs.
Yeah.
Protein and carbs in that.
Like a vegetarian meal, lentil meal, you like all the lentil protein.
Okay.
Yeah.
Percentage of protein.
And consider that being more like a combo source of protein and carbs when you're having any kind of legume or beans in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Any other
Awesome.
questions?
Awesome.
Mistake. Golly. Hayes told me on a protein shake,
Mhm.
I'll eat some vegetables and some sort of protein in the afternoon. And I'm like a lot of people, I can't eat a huge snack before I go to work. But then sometimes I'll just go without eating at all, just to try and keep my calorie deficit lower. But it sounds like that's the mistake I'm making, it's not fuel.
So think about it like this. You've got a fire you're trying to burn, right? It's burning, and you're not throwing any more wood on it. And you're like, burn, burn. It's the same thing. You got to fuel to be able to burn. Does that make sense? And also recovery wise too, you want to have that protein so you're building muscle as well. We know that building more muscle, having more muscle in general, you'll burn calories just by existing. The existence of muscle burns calories itself. Yes, and that is
That's
like
not
not to knock Casey at all, but that's borderline dangerous, I would say. I don't like diets like that because
Yeah.
ask Casey how much longer he's gonna do that. It's not gonna stick much longer. Exactly. And then it'll be back to gaining like 10 to 20 of it back. You have to make sure it's something sustainable. And again, the results that we're gonna promote and try to give you aren't gonna be next day. It's long, drawn out, slow, probably slower than, well, definitely slower than anyone wants it to be. And in our society now, it's like we want instant results, we want everything, we want it right now. And unfortunately, the fastest way to get results is the long way because those results will stay over time. Any other questions?
Ask for some free. Do you recommend before or after the workout?
If you need something on your stomach before working out, yeah, it's fine. But if you're treating it as like kind of a recovery thing, go after. Go after. And again, that'll depend on timing of your workout. I know you're more 3:30 and it might kind of mess up with dinner a little bit. Um, think about as long as you're getting your protein number in, cool. Cool. Maybe have it earlier in the day. Maybe it's your mid-morning snack.
She set alarms on my gym.
Yeah.
You need to know.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so now I eat at 12:30 get lunch, but 2 is when I'm kind of incorporating that shake now.
Yeah.
Because it gives me plenty of time to
Mhm.
have it.
Digest, yeah.
First before the-
Have you noticed like feeling any different? Cool.
I want
Awesome.
to feel much.
Good.
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 And then still eating something for dinner.
Mhm.
Something like
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool. Cool. And I mean, you don't have to have a huge dinner. You're about to go to bed. You don't want to be loading up a ton. But yeah, again, hitting the protein and veggies. Again, at dinner, and I don't know if you tell people this, but personally, if you don't have the carb, it's not the end of the world as long as you've had some
Yeah.
carbs uh
Throughout the day.
earlier in the
Yeah.
day too. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
It's
people don't
not-
want to eat as much at dinner.
Yeah. It's not as much about when you're doing it, it's just that you're getting it in throughout the day.
Specifically with protein, like 100%. Just
Mhm.
spread it out as you need. Spread it out as you need.
Protein shake will be.
I know a lot of people like to do that. If you can stomach it and not whiz all night. I know personally, like if I have one sip of water, I'm gonna be peeing like 4 times in the night. So
He already does that anyway.
yeah. Dad, yeah. I do that 24/7, yeah. Um
No, I hope
it
not.
might be more the caffeine, but yeah, I know dad kinda knocks out and is done for the night, so that's you might be fine with that, yeah. There's been a lot of studies on, like, having it before bed and it, like, helping you recover yourself or
Drink water, sleeping.
yeah. 'Cause it's a time that you're naturally recovering and you're saying, "Hey, buddy, here's protein." As long as it's not and that would be a time you don't wanna have a really, like, hugely balanced tons of banana and chocolate chips and all this and that, like, because then you're sugaring yourself up before going to bed and your body's gonna be like, "Whoa, that's a ton of sugar."
Wait, yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Not at all. D said, "No." I probably told D, "Please get more in, please get more in." But yeah, not at all, not at all. I'd do that personally.
Mhm. Yep. Um,
Fairlife can be, a little on the sugary side. That I would check mainly the sugar. Um, but yeah, you might like a unsweetened almond milk. I've kinda switched to that myself.
the only benefit of that is, real milk, cow's milk, has more protein than almond milk does, so you are gonna get those few more grams of protein in there.
And also balance the fat too if you're having whole milk. Make sure, like, all right, cool, like that was a lot of fat in that serving. So let me make sure that at dinner I chill with the fat since I've gotten in a good amount with that shake and my other meals in the day. Again, it's about balance. It's not about cutting things out specifically. If anything, when we first start coaching you, we want to add things in. Any other questions? I like the questions. Y'all are awesome. Everybody always asks. Yeah. Mhm.
Just about.
Yep. Water should be fine. If you're looking to make it more of like a better balanced snack that's gonna hold you over more and make you feel better like before a workout or something, I would add in like a frozen banana or something and blend it and make it a little better. Yeah. Yeah. And again, if you're just trying to like bump up the protein, knock it down real quick, I'll do mine with water just because it's easier to drink. It's not gonna get like all foamed up and stuff like with milk and feel heavier.
Water was reducing calories.
Yep.
Does.
And that's a very common thing to be like, oh gosh, calories got to be super super low. Watch out for calories. And people eat like all these low calorie things that are highly processed. That's right. That's right. Again, balance, balance, correct. But I'll have the protein shake using water, and then I'll have like a banana on the side. Like that's usually after I work out. I work out usually like around 8:30. I'll have the shake, banana, handful of nuts. That way it's protein. Because if you're using our powder, it is literally like just pure protein, maybe like one carb in there. So I have protein in the protein shake, the handful of nuts, fat, and then the bananas carbs.
I use milk. Well,
And I do sometimes too. Yeah.
yeah, I'm lactose sensitive, so I get the lactose free milk, and it just kind of depends. I'll jump between 2% and whole, but
Again,
I prefer
balance.
milk. The taste of the protein shake, I think, I mean, more power to you if you can drink it with water. That's, but
It's kind of it's kind of just a shake, pound it and roll on. But
Well, we're all been
yep.
Mhm.
Well, and there's a
That's
whole
been drilled
generation of people
into
too.
people's
It's fat makes you fat.
like that. Blood for drink.
Mhm.
100 calories.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that I don't think you're calories.
That's true. Cool. We see everybody getting a little antsy.
But
So yeah.
absolutely.
Yep.
Protein bars, protein shakes, like
In an ideal world. Uh-huh. If we were all like jobless and had so much time, it'd be so cool if we could ideally have it from whole food sources like meats. But get it in to get it in. You know what I mean? Like ideally it's not all protein powders and bars and things like that because you're getting a lot of other crap with it. Um, I'm more comfortable with Ascent and using that more often just because if you look at the ingredients list, it's like a few lines and things that I'm not freaked out by. Um, but yeah, the more you can keep it real, the better.
And please remember that protein shakes, bars, that kind of stuff, it is a supplement, not a meal replacement.
God, yeah, please, yeah, always remember that. Yeah, not a replacement, not a replacement. All good? Oh yes, I love it. We're gonna go.
We call some intimacy on the sleep before meals. Melatonin to get the good amount of we don't get a good sleep. Of course, not about the drinking style, but the whole week if you're tired so much, where you want a good recovery, you take a drink of it could will be qualified. Mattress is used an iron and
Yeah,
Mhm.
with all the stalwarts of profit users tips.
if you feel like it's helping you,
And I'm not
use it. Yeah,
asking
Mhm. Some people do, and if you feel like you need it, it's not a horrible thing to have. I would recommend trying other things before you go to,
check your caffeine.
yeah.
Avoid like a lot of people have this thing where it's like caffeine, 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 alcohol, 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 trying to like I guess stifle it, be
Yeah.
able to go to sleep. And again, alcohol is not going to help you sleep at all. It's going to put you
Mhm.
into like this tranquilized state and you're not getting like good REM sleep. You might feel like, man, I knocked out quick, but you're basically just like anesthetized, not truly recovering.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
And
Your body's trying to get rid of the alcohol. If you've ever had that moment at 3 a.m. where you wake up and you're like wired, all those carbs just hit your system and you're like, you go take a whiz and I can't fall back asleep. It's just your body finally processing all that alcohol.
You hit one more point, Paris. So, REM. How focused we should be on the REM.
I can't remember the exact amount, like exact percentage.
it's less than you think. You need, yeah.
It's not a lot, yeah, but again, that's
Yeah, I would say like
saying the
1 to 2
quality of your sleep.
hours
People are like,
of REM sleep.
I get 8 hours every night, and they're laying in bed staring at the ceiling for
Yeah.
time in bed as opposed to
Look at
actual
my sleep
quality.
last night.
Quality sleep is important. Yeah, again, like
My REM like that.
yeah.
That's the thing.
Mhm.
But you know, now I was surprised. I thought
Yeah.
it was near the. It was like 4 a.m. in the morning.
It's usually near the end.
Yeah. I
For waking.
slept for 7 hours and 42 minutes last night. I had 1 hour and 37 minutes of REM sleep.
So that I understand the amount of what we do, what the work we do, and what the food intake we have improves the money and also
Yes.
Mhm.
So I think like
Mhm.
pretty much
Yep.
I guess that's what the thing about
Exactly. Exactly. It all works together.
Yeah.
The other 23 hours of the day are very important. All good, y'all? Awesome. Awesome.